Okay, Toy Story 5, a week old, and I need to fix something, because the whole internet got this wrong. You watched it. You saw Lilypad, that creepy little frog tablet sliding in to steal Bonnie. And you thought, yep, there's the bad guy. Nope. And I don't mean my opinion here. The co-director, Kenna Harris, literally told us. Making Lilypad a villain, she said, never made sense. She's not scheming, she's not evil, she honestly just wants to be Bonnie's friend. Which, if you think about it, is creepier. You can't fight that. The real villain? The one Woody's been losing to since 1995. A kid getting older. So, theory 1. Lilypad the villain? Confirmed misdirect. That's what we're doing for the next 12 minutes. Every wild Pixar theory, fact-checked. Some get dark. And the finale? I'm coming after the most famous Pixar theory ever told. Now rewind, because Toy Story 5 quietly brings back the saddest theory in the whole franchise. You remember Jessie's story? Abandoned by her little girl Emily, who grew up and forgot her. Well, fans think they know exactly who Emily became. Andy's mom. Look at Andy's hat. That red cowboy hat he wears in the first movie? It's the exact same one Emily wears in Jessie's flashback. Passed straight down, mother to son. And Toy Story 5 just poured gas on it. In the new movie, Jessie goes back to her childhood home, hunting for Emily. She's not there. A new family lives there now. So, did Emily grow up to raise Andy? Verdict. Unconfirmed. Pixar has stayed completely silent on this one. But that matching hat? It fits a little too perfectly to ignore. Let's settle an argument the internet will not shut up about. Inside Out 2 comes out, and suddenly everyone's convinced Riley has a crush on Valentina, the cool older hockey girl she can't stop staring at. The edits, the slow-mo, the hearts. People were sure of it. So here's the truth. Straight from the director, Kelsey Mann. It was never a crush. What you're actually watching is anxiety. That desperate, stomach-twisting need to be liked by the person you think is the coolest in the room. Riley doesn't want to date Val. She wants to be Val. She's reshaping her whole personality just to fit in. Honestly, that hits harder than a crush ever would. Because every single one of us has done it. So that's Riley's secret crush. Here's a fact that quietly turns Cars into a horror movie. Watch closely next time. The car doors never open, not once, in any film. And the reason comes straight from the people who made it. Jay Ward, the creative director of the franchise, said it flat out. You will never see a door open, because the brain and the eyes are in there. They don't want anything falling out of the side. Let's translate that. The eyes are the windshield. The brain sits in the cabin, which means the doors stay sealed because opening one would let their actual organs slide out onto the street. Those aren't cars with personalities. They're living creatures trapped in metal bodies. Forever. So there's your sealed door mystery. And honestly, horrifying. Quick question. Why are superheroes actually illegal in The Incredibles? Most people think it was the property damage. The smashed buildings, the wrecked trains. Wrong. The real reason is genuinely twisted, and it's hiding in the very first scene. A man is at the edge of a building, ready to end it all. Mr. Incredible saves his life. Textbook hero stuff. Except the man didn't want saving. So he hired a lawyer and sued the hero who rescued him. That one case opened the floodgates. Everyone started suing the supers. The public turned on them, and the government banned heroes entirely. And here's the part that stings. That same ban is exactly why the villain in the sequel lost her parents. One petty lawsuit. Decades of damage. So that's how the golden age of heroes ended. And weirdly heartbreaking. Time for a plot hole you've definitely noticed, even if you never said it out loud. In the first Toy Story, Buzz is hilarious because he has no idea he's a toy. He thinks he's a genuine space ranger on a genuine mission. Total delusion. We all know the bit, but here's the thing nobody talks about. When Andy enters the room, Buzz freezes, goes stiff, plays dead. Exactly like Woody and the rest. Which makes zero sense. He doesn't think he's a toy. So why is he acting like one? The director, Lee Unkrich, actually gave us the answer. It's instinct, not a decision. Freezing around humans is baked into a toy so deep that it fires on its own, even while Buzz's brain is screaming that he's a real hero. So that's the famous Buzz plot hole. And honestly, kind of clever. Coco might be the most beautiful movie Pixar ever made. It's also quietly one of the darkest. And most people miss why. Here's how that world works. When you die, you go to the land of the dead. And you get to stay there, full of color and life, for as long as someone in the real world remembers you. But the second the last person forgets your name, you're gone. Not heaven, not somewhere else, just erased. They call it the final death. Remember Hector? He was minutes away from it, fading out forever. because the only person left who remembered him was slipping away too. Every smiling skeleton in that city is racing a clock they can't see. So that's Coco's final death. And genuinely heartbreaking? Okay, real talk. The Cars universe is way more disturbing than you remember, and it comes down to one missing detail. There are no people, anywhere, ever. And yet the whole world is built for people. Doorknobs, staircases, tiny human stuff that talking cars have zero use for. So where did we all go? The boss of the franchise, Jay Ward, actually has an answer. He thinks the cars took over, absorbed our personalities, decided we were useless, and wiped us out. Lightning McQueen is basically living in our graveyard. Now, to be fair, he called this his own personal theory, not official Pixar gospel. But come on, the head of Cars believes we got replaced. So that's the human extinction theory. Time to be a fair judge for a second, because this one matters. Some fans believe Riley, from Inside Out, is gender fluid. And before you roll your eyes, look at the actual detail Pixar put on screen. Every emotion in her mom's mind is a woman. Every emotion in her dad's mind is a man. Clean little pattern. But Riley's mind breaks it. Her emotions are a blend of both, working side by side. Then Inside Out 2 adds anxiety, drawn to look like neither. So is it intentional? Here's the honest part. Nobody at Pixar has confirmed any of this. It might be a clue, it might be nothing. And I'd rather tell you the truth than sell you a theory. So, Riley gender fluid. Verdict, unconfirmed. Real evidence, no answer. Okay, this is where it starts getting a little spooky. Pixar is playing a game with you across every movie they make. Here's the game. Each film hides a clue pointing to the very next one. Go back to A Bug's Life. Tucked in its credits is a sneak peek at Toy Story 2. Jump to Seoul, and there's a travel poster for the town where Luca takes place, the movie that came out right after. They literally advertised their next film inside the current one. And this isn't fan-reaching. The director of Luca came out and confirmed that poster was intentional. It's still going too. Toy Story 5 is hiding their next movie, landing in 2027. So Pixar isn't just connecting movies by accident. They're doing it deliberately, every single time. And it's a habit they've never broken. This is it, the big one. The moment the shared universe stops being a theory and starts looking like a fact. Picture two Pixar movies that have nothing in common. Soul, about a jazz musician and the afterlife. Turning Red, about a girl who turns into a giant red panda. Different worlds entirely. Except they share a secret. The same supernatural ritual. In Soul, a guy named Moonwind pulls his spirit out of his body by drawing a circle and stepping out of himself. In Turning Red, the family elder separates a soul from a body using that very same circle. Same magic, same rules. So here's where your brain should be right now. If two unrelated movies run on the same laws of the soul, then maybe every Pixar film really is one giant connected universe, which is exactly what the whole internet believes. So, are they connected? And it sets up everything. For the last 20 minutes, I've been building a case. And I owe you a confession. I've been setting you up. The theory that every Pixar movie is one giant connected universe. The hidden movies in the credits. The matching soul rituals. Every clue pointing to one unbroken story, from the dawn of the world to a lonely robot on a dead Earth. You were starting to believe it. So was I, honestly. But I have to be honest with you, because I always am. It's not true. Jay Ward, the creative director at Pixar, was asked straight up. He compared the whole grand theory to a conspiracy that just isn't real. Different movies, different directors, different decades. No secret blueprint tying them together. But here's the part I actually love. That doesn't make the theory worthless. It makes it human. Pixar didn't plan one universe. We did. Millions of us, staring at little details, desperate to believe these stories we grew up on are all secretly connected. The theory isn't real, but the love that built it absolutely is. So that's the greatest Pixar theory of all time. And beautiful anyway. And that's the real lesson hiding in all 12 of these. Pixar didn't hand us a secret universe. They handed us movies good enough that we couldn't stop looking for one. So tell me down in the comments, which theory did you actually believe? And which one are you still not ready to let go of? I read every single one.